Hey adventurers! Today we're going to talk about ways to save on flying first class. So, one of the first ways that you can save by flying first class is by the date that you choose. If you try and book on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, your tickets are significantly cheaper than, say, flying Friday and Saturday. So if you have the option to fly during the middle of the week, then that would be the cheapest way to go.
We like to travel in the off season anyway, so that usually helps us.
Okay.
Also, if we're using our PTO annual leave, just use it. Like, it's yours. Take your leave.
Yeah, and we have the advantage now that we no longer have a child in school to worry about planning around.
Definitely helps.
Yeah, that works in our favor in our midlife. Perk.
Yeah.
Another, yeah. Another way to save is to check out all the different airports in your area. Sometimes we have flown as far as 3 or 4 hours away.
Yeah. We like to use like Kayak, Google Flights, just to see what the roundabout flight is. Usually we do just book through the airlines because I don't like to deal with like the discount websites.
I like collecting all of the air miles through the actual airline.
Yeah, so eventually they do give you upgrades and perks.
Yeah, so we're
Perks.
we're building up those sky miles with all the different airlines. But yes, we have driven as far as 4 hours away to get a bougie flight. That was half the cost as flying close to home.
When we do stuff like that, though, we do calculate like what's the gas mile, how much is gas? Do we have to spend the night because we've missed flights before, so we're kind of like spending the night now. What's the parking? Because sometimes our local airport is cheaper than our further away airport. So and then there's food. Like, I mean, we're gonna have to pay for food the night before or the day of. So we start like calculating those things. So it kind of makes things easier to digest if, oh, yeah, I'm paying $300 more to fly local than I am flying 4 hours away. But then that's 8 hours of driving or, 8 hours of driving, a hotel night. Like sometimes it's just easier to fly local, even though that local flight is more expensive.
Yeah, the next flight that we have coming up, we compared between our local airport and the one that's 3 hours away. And there was a $300-ish difference between flying out of that airport and this one. So between hotel, parking, and all of that stuff, it did even out to the point where we're like, okay, we have it in our budget, we'll fly closer from home and just have somebody drop us off at the airport. Like, we're good.
I mean, sometimes we'll park because it's probably like 50% less to park local than it is to park at the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Some of the other things we've noticed is like sometimes the economy seats for one airline is the same price as first class for another airline.
Which we came across that this time as well. The economy seats for a different airline were actually more expensive than flying first class for the airline that we chose.
Now, the airline that we chose to go first class in does have like economy seats for half the price, but it
wasn't quite half. Like, I did find us a really good deal. Like, we don't just book this just to book it. I always find really good deals or we fly economy. That's just how I play it.
And I mean, if you still want to drive economy, if you still want to fly economy, but you want to have an extra perk that's not first class, like, book that third seat. Like, it might be cheaper than buying first class, but you get a little bit more wiggle room. Like, book all three.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, why not? And then they're gonna have to. Then if they want, hey, do you have a vacant seat? It's like, yes, I do, but you're gonna have to pay me for it. And then you can choose or not to. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay. Another way to save is time of the day. So you got to fly those early flights and those late flights. We are flying out at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Which is fine because we normally get up at 5 anyway for work.
So yeah, it was easy for us to do, and it saved us like $200 or $300 a ticket. Like, it was a big save. I also saw some that were flying out at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night that also had the same price as ours. So whatever works best with your schedule, whatever works best with you. If you're a night owl, go for the later one. If you're an early bird, book the early one. That's another great way to save.
The only issue you have with either one of those flights is going to be your hotel. So you might have to like kill some time. If you go to the early flight, you might have to kill some time before you can check into your hotel, depending on what your layovers are and what your landings are.
Go check out the city.
Yeah.
Like go do things.
Go to a museum nearby or like a restaurant nearby. Like, yeah, go see what you can do. But then on the flip side, if you go to the late flight, then it's like, oh, I only have 4 hours to sleep here before I have to do the next thing on that next day, depending on what you're doing that day. I mean,
just do whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Just do what works for you. Some other things to take into account whenever you're deciding if you want to budget for first class are the perks. You get to go into that speedy TSA line because you are now priority. In
That's
bigger
worth it.
airports like Orlando and Memphis,
Atlanta, New Orleans,
that definitely
Houston.
comes in handy
Yeah.
to walk past all of the other people who are waiting like 30, 40 minutes and you get to shoot right to the front. It's a really nice perk.
And if you're not doing first class and you want to fly economy, which is fine, do the TSA pre-check. That way you still have access
To a speedy line.
to a speedy line, and usually it's worth it.
Oh, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Another perk is the luggage fees. Like you don't have any because you're paying for the first class ticket. So
Account for that whenever you're crunching your numbers.
yeah, if you have 2 big suitcases because you're going to like Disney and you got to account for souvenirs.
Even if you bring that empty suitcase, you can do that because you're not paying for luggage.
It's included in your ticket. Yeah, it's a huge perk. Another perk, free drinks.
Yeah, you get a free drink or two and some snacks. Do watch out. Sometimes they give you a pre-flight drink and you have to drink that before you take off. So like,
Yeah, be careful what you ask for on that pre-flight drink.
after that, like after takeoff, yeah, drink what you want.
Lots of snacks. If it's a really long flight, you'll get an in-flight meal, which is nice.
They were actually pretty decent. Like
Yeah.
we've had some good luck with that.
So it's definitely some things to take into account if you're deciding whether or not you want to try flying first class.
We've done popcorn that like my mom was like, we need to find out where that popcorn is. I think it was Lesser Evil, which I've never seen before.
I don't
But-
know. They have good snacks.
They do have good snacks.
Check it out, y'all.
And the leg room and the bigger seats, like
It's all worth it.
it's all worth it. The only issue you might have is like if you're on that first row, you might not get entertainment. And also if your plane ends up switching to a smaller plane, it's better to be like within the first couple rows on the right side of the plane, because typically if they're going to make it smaller, if you're a couple, it's going to be 2 on the right, 1 on the left of the plane. So I would say like row 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 even.
Yeah, there is a chance that you can get knocked back to economy if you're flying first class. Just throwing that out there. It does happen sometimes.
And then they'll even split you like the one time we did. Then we got split on a flight because they didn't have any room for us.
We did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. All right, so if you like hearing our tips on how to be bougie on a budget, follow us. We're eventually going to set up our YouTube channel, so then you can subscribe to that and we'll let y'all know.
Hey, and we're out of the car, so it's a lot cooler inside, and hopefully we get this setup situated.
Yeah, so all right, guys, stay bougie.